Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, my main concern, I mean, obviously we all have concerns when it comes to the to being, you know, whether we were over budget or not, and how much money we spent, and what it cost the taxpayers. Obviously, every single one of us, I think, at this table are concerned about that. The same concern for me that keeps creeping up, and that I want to make sure that we don't repeat on any other future project, is the process. You know, for me, you know, things were removed that were needed, and to me, I'm wondering how did we get to that stage where we removed those when we actually needed them? Where did that authority come from? Who gave that direction? Council never gave that direction, if my memory serves me correct. I've looked through every report. The one in 2015 states that project changes that are being contemplated, and they were presented and will be detailed in a future financial report. And they're summarized, but it never asked for any direction from council. So to me, I look at it as, where did that authority come from? You know, we need to have those policies in place that it comes back to council. If we're going to remove big ticket items that we need, then it should be this council that decides that we're going to remove that, even though we need it, and we'll deal with it later on. And then we can be held accountable for that. Right now, and I think that's the problem right now, is right now we're scrambling and we're trying to figure out who's accountable for it. No one wants to be held accountable for it. And we're sitting here and we're trying to point fingers without actually pointing fingers. And so that's part of the, when we move forward and get to the next project, we got to have those policies in place that people can be held accountable if things happen. And we know who they are. So we're not spending 3 hours every time this report comes to us basically asking the same questions. As Councillor Kim mentioned, it's a bit frustrating. But the public's frustrated, and so therefore we're frustrated, and we bring that frustration here at the table because we want to make sure that we're being heard. Now, I probably do have a lot more to say, but I think that I'll probably wait until we get that audit report, because we'll have another opportunity to go through this again. But you know, I think one of the big lessons that need to be learned is that process, and to make sure that we set a policy and follow that process, and have that clear accountability moving forward.